Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your host, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
Welcome, everyone, to a Dynasty Dads player profile. This episode is brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating. Justin, remember when nobody knew who last year's quarterback one was in the 2018 NFL draft?
Yes, I do, Matt.
Was it Rosen?
Maybe.
Was it Darnold?
Who knows?
Josh Allen was in the
I don't
QB1
know.
discussion? Well, after this season, there is no doubt anymore that Baker Mayfield is the QB1 and will be the franchise quarterback for the foreseeable future. Baker, the championship maker, threw for a rookie record 27 touchdown passes and 3,725 yards. Just for clarification here, that's more touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and Matthew Stafford, all of which who started 16 games. Baker didn't do that. Now the Browns are still the Browns and have a relatively unknown new head coach in Freddie Kitchens. But when Kitchens became the offensive coordinator last year, Baker finished as fantasy football's quarterback 10 on that stretch. I hate liking the Browns players, especially ones that throw to the overrated Jarvis Landry. But Baker is an easy buy for me this offseason.
My heart.
I know.
My heart.
So we're going to keep it with the Browns here. Looking at trades that are even, according to Dynasty Trade Calculator. One quarterback league, PPR, Baker Mayfield for David Njoku is a fair trade.
Give me Njoku.
That's dumb.
Taking Baker?
Obviously, I'm taking Baker. Baker could finish as a top 10 quarterback. I don't think Njoku is going to finish as a top 5 tight end.
You watch your damn mouth.
The top 3 tight ends are easy. Like, Baker could be... Like, he finished as quarterback 10 when Kitchens took over. Like, I don't think that's crazy.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I like Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield's a fine quarterback. If you ask me, should be ranked far ahead of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of hype surrounding Lamar Jackson right now.
Darnold, like, I would take Baker ahead of any rookie from last year's class. I would take Baker ahead of Nick Foles. Like, I like Baker a lot.
Baker Mayfield is surrounded by guys that can make him successful. He's just not in a good place for quarterbacks. That's the thing.
He's a Brown.
He's a Cleveland Brown. But maybe this is kind of the changing of the guard for the Cleveland franchise. Maybe they're starting to kind of realize what their potential is. They got rid of the coach. They're starting to get a little bit better on both sides of the ball. They're getting playmakers.
Do you remember when they said this, like, this offseason? Like, they'll be all right. They've got Baker now, and Hugh Jackson can finally turn around and win some games, and they know what they're doing. Like, I feel like we hear this every 2 or 3 years about the Browns, that they finally got it right, and they're going to figure it out this year. Like, I remember you thinking the Browns were a playoff team this offseason.
Yeah, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, but they're still...
They're still the Browns, I guess. That's where I'm at.
They are still the Browns. That's what I was saying. But Baker Mayfield, though... is absolutely the spark that team needed to get turned around.
Is he the second coming of Brett Favre? Like, because that's what...
Whoa.
From a attitude, persona, leadership type position.
I'm not going to compare anybody to Brett Favre because Brett Favre was a one-of-a-kind human being. But I will say that Baker has the swagger that you want to see from your starting quarterback.
Yes.
And he does seem to be like a leader. He seems to be a player's guy.
Yeah.
So I like Baker a lot. I think he's fun to root for. Baker Mayfield is a fun guy to have on your roster. He is somebody you want to see.
The championship maker.
Yep, absolutely. I'm with you.
I like
Baker
him.
Mayfield.
I think he's going to be good this year. He's still a Brown. Like, I'm still hesitant on the Browns. And I know there are people out there that are Browns believers and they're finally going to turn it around, but the proof's in the pudding, and their pudding is gross. It's Brown.
It's only 10 games with Baker though. So don't get too discouraged. Let's see what he does next season, and let's see where that hype leads him. What do you say?
I like him.
Well, Matt, that does it for this edition of the Dynasty Dads Player Profile, brought to you by DynastyTradeCalculator.com.
Stop guessing. Start calculating.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter @DynastyDads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.